once was an ugly duckling, with feathers all stubby and brown. And the other birds, in so many words, said, get out of town. Get out, get out, get out of town. And he went with a quack and a waddle and a quack in a flurry of eider down. Would you like me to tell you the rest of the story? All right.
The Ugly Duckling by Annie North Bedford. One lovely summer afternoon, a mother duck sat on her nest. In the nest, warm and snug, were 5 beautiful eggs. The mother duck sat very still, waiting for the eggs to hatch into 5 little ducklings. At last the mother gave a quack of joy and sprang off the nest. The eggs were rocking back and forth. From inside them came pecking and scratching sounds. The mother duck bent over to watch. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs cracked open, and out tumbled 4 tiny ducklings, yellow as butter and soft as down, with bright eyes and cute little bills. They all stood up and looked around. Then with soft little quacks they climbed out of the nest and waddled around in the shade. Oh, what a beautiful family, the mother duck thought. But then she looked at the nest and suddenly shook her head, for the 5th and biggest egg had not hatched yet. So she sat down again and waited some more. Soon the big egg showed signs of life. In a moment, 2 feet broke through the shell. Then a head appeared. But instead of being small and yellow and downy like the other ducklings, it was big and white and fuzzy. Honk, said the new duckling, eager to be liked. Horrors, said the mother duck. He doesn't sound like any child of mine. Quack, said the other ducklings. He's funny looking, too. We don't want to play with an ugly duckling. And they waddled away with their mother. The ugly duckling couldn't understand why everyone had left him alone. He followed the others down to the pond. There he found the mother duck. She was swimming around the pond with the 4 little ducklings on her back. The ugly duckling honked at them, hoping for a ride. But the mother duck just scowled at him and told him to go away. Poor ugly duckling. There he sat all alone at the edge of the pond. Why don't they play with me? He wondered. Why do they call me ugly? Big tears filled his eyes and trickled down to splash in the pond. The ugly duckling, glancing down, saw a strange sight. There was his own reflection, all blurred and twisted with the ripples of the water. Oh dear, cried the ugly duckling. I'm ugly indeed. I will run away and hide where no one will see me. So he turned away from the sunny pond and went slowly into the dark and gloomy forest. How sad he felt there, alone in the forest, with the silent shadows looming all around. But after a while he heard a friendly chirping. Baby birds were calling from their cozy nests. They sound nice, thought the ugly duckling. Maybe they will play with me. So he hopped and scrambled into the nest with them. The baby birds liked him. And our mother will like you too, they promised. The ugly duckling could hardly wait for the mother bird to come. Soon she came flying in with a big juicy worm in her beak. Snap went the ugly duckling's hungry beak as he snatched up that whole big worm. The mother bird was furious. She pulled the worm away from him. Get out of here, you ugly thing, she cried, and she chased the frightened ugly duckling out of the nest. The ugly duckling rushed to the pond as fast as he could go. Everyone hates me because I'm ugly, he thought. Then he lay down on the log and cried. Honk, 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 honk. The ugly duckling heard the sound over his crying. He blinked away his tears and shyly looked around. There, right in front of him, paddling in the water, were 4 fuzzy white creatures just like him. What's the matter crying on a beautiful day like this? They asked. Come on in and play with us. The ugly duckling dove off the log, and they all began to play. But in the midst of a lively game of water tag, his playmates suddenly swam away, honking happily. The ugly duckling looked up and saw the most beautiful bird in the world. Mother, mother, his new friends cried, we've got a new little brother to play with. Welcome home, said the beautiful snow-white swan, cradling the ugly duckling in her wing. You are a fine, handsome baby swan, and you'll someday be king of the pond. From the shore, the mother duck and her downy yellow babies watched the ugly duckling's welcome. Come back and play with us, they called. But the little ugly duckling sailed happily away with the swans.
A swan? Me a swan? Go on. He said, yes, you're a swan. Take a look at yourself in the lake and you'll see. And he looked and he saw and he said, I am a swan. Whee! I'm not such an ugly duckling. No feathers, all stubby and brown. For in fact, these birds in so many words said, the best in town. The best, the best, the best in town. Not a quack, not a quack, not a waddle or a quack, but a glide and a whistle and a snowy wide back. And a head so noble and a heart. Say, who's an ugly duckling? Not I.